Everybody, we're gonna go behind the scenes and show you what the BETx experience was behind the camera. Let's check it out. So we're gonna go down the line here and talk about our setup. This is the Corporate Streams carts. So we wheel in with all of our gear, so it's really easy for us to set up. And we set up in about 75% less time, and we have a lot less problems because everything's pre-built. Kate's helping me break down some stuff here in the background, but we have cables on the bottom, cameras, audio lighting in the middle, and then Video Village at the top. We have HyperDecks that record everything and the TV that folds up. So during the show, we have our director sitting on the left, usually a streaming person in the middle, but in this case, we didn't stream this event. This was all just for iMags and screens. And then all of our I/O is on the back. As I work down the list here, this is our PTZ station where we had Brandon running 3 robo cameras. In the PTZ station, we're using FR7s, and those cameras can pan, tilt, and zoom. So it's a pretty cool setup. And one operator can do those 3 cameras. We had 2 in the pit and 1 backstage. That's what this setup was. So to my right here, we had a wing that we used for our stage manager so he could have his stuff and get out of the way. If you want to swing around, we can show what he was looking at most of the time. Was not this screen, but it was the spy cam that we call it. So it's a wide shot of all the screens and the stage and everything you see. So, all right, so let's do a swing around here. And we're gonna look at our DIT station. This is where craft service is also happening for us right now. But Kate is offloading cards and making sure everything's backed up correctly. She has 2 computers, hard drives, and RAID arrays that help us transfer all this footage and make sure it's all safe. Then we hand off a drive. We take that over to Gabriel, who does the backup for the whole show because there's several activations happening at once. Okay, so we're gonna take you into the pit now. Here's where we have our Steadicam and 2 PTZ cameras. So right behind me here, we have our Steadicam rig. This is a FX6 on a crane, Zhiyun Crane 3. And we have a vest, so the body carries most of the weight, not on the arms and the back, right? So it gets on your hips, so your body really supports the weight. So this is really great. We have 2 different operators who'll switch off during the show. So one will do one musician and we'll switch to the other one. And this has been a great power horse. For this particular gig, we're using the 16-35 as our lens, which does pretty well from that pit area on stage. They could also swing around and get some crowd shots as well. Moving on, we're gonna go to another FR7. This is on our truss system here. The kind of room for improvement in the future is we're gonna go, instead of 5 feet, we're gonna go 6 or maybe even 7 feet, which will allow us to get a landscape, so to speak, over the audience and get a little bit higher on the performers. We've rigged them before on these trusses like you see on my left here, but in our particular case, that was too far back for our performers. So we actually wanted to have our cameras a little further out, and this worked really well, especially with all the lighting that you'll see behind me. There's a lot of cross lighting happening and stuff. So FR7 is running a 28-135, and this is remotely controlled, like we said, by Brandon. So we have one on this side and one on the far side, and they matched really, really well. It was really great. Let me take you back to my favorite camera in this whole setup we call the Hero Cam. Okay, so we're at front of house. We actually have 3 cameras going on. Of course, we'll finish with the Hero camera on the far side, but let me talk about the simpler cameras here right behind me. So we have an FX6 and an FS5. That's an older camera. The FS5 serves as our master wide shot of the stage so we can see all of the screens at the same time. The FR7 is our wide shot so we can get the whole stage as well, but not including the screens, and that's also remotely operated. So let's go show you the big boy. All right, so here we are. We're using a Fujinon 25-1000 millimeter lens. Pretty incredible, pretty awesome lens. It also has the doubler on because without it, it's in Super 35, but this is a full frame FX6 body that we're using with it. So to cover that whole sensor, we use the doubler. So really it's like, what, 50 to 1500 or something, or 2000. It's an incredible zoom. We had no problems. I was a little nervous because we haven't used the lens before. We weren't sure if it was gonna match with the FX6, but it did really, really well. And so this beast of a lens here, this beast of a tripod was everybody's focal point the whole event. The shots were amazing. Magnus, Jeremy did a great job shooting, and we were really impressed by the lens.